Right. Let's see, are we on the line? I think we are. Give us a thumbs up as per usual if we're coming through loud and clear. Let me just move that off the screen so I can see what I'm doing. And just do that. I think we're good. Yeah, give us a thumbs up under the video or type something in the comments, and that way I know it's all working. Marvellous. Let's see. Evening, Peter, Stella, Paul. Excellent. There's some people there then. Good stuff. Right. So we'll have a look at the auction prices. Some quick picks of new stuff in the next auction. And another interesting little fun vintage film to look at from 1966, I think it is. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Evening, Peter. So there we are. Yes, my new t-shirt. I was delivering a slot machine from the last auction the other day to a chap, Nick, I think it was, even if you're watching, who happened to be the tour manager of Dr. Feelgood. There we are. So he gave me a t-shirt. Look, they're on tour again at the moment, apparently. So there's a plug. Any other tour managers out there want to send me t-shirts? I'll gladly wear them. There we are. Evening, Peter C. Right, we had a couple of people that said last week that had trouble joining in with the live chat as well, and they seem to be subscribed to the channel. I don't know why that would be. If you're subscribed, you should be able to leave comments and or join in with a live chat. I don't know, I haven't had time to look at the YouTube settings my end, but I've not changed anything, so I don't really understand why that is. The only thing I know, as I've said a couple of times, sometimes I randomly just get unsubscribed from channels I've subscribed to in the past. So do check that you are subscribed if you find you can't make comments or leave chat, because it might be that YouTube has decided in its infinite wisdom to unsubscribe you. I don't know why it does that. Weird. Anyway, not to worry. Right, let's have a look at the prices from today's auction. Here we are, blown up a little bit. Yeah, it was a good sale. It was a good sale. Right, so we got, that's showing up all right on there. Yep, I think so. The big wheel, £1,300. Now, I thought that might make a bit more. That was a bit of a surprise. Whether it's just because it was lot number, well, the first lot, lot number 2, don't know. But yeah, seemed like a good buy, that one, really. Evening, Peter. The Copper Seegers, they were hotly fought. It was, I think I had more questions, interestingly, on the Copper Seegers than probably anything. I don't know why, other than a few of you remembered playing these very machines in the showboat. I think they were these ones, and a lot of people kind of wanted one for their kind of nostalgic value, I guess. And also because, as I said, you know, bearing in mind these are what mid-60s machines, and they went off the arcade floor in 1970 and have sat there ever since. They're, other than being a little bit dirty and scruffy, they're practically brand new, as you can see from the mechanism photographs, hardly used. So with proper old penny escalators in as well, which actually makes them quite rare in a way. Anyway, Peter C says chat won't work on my tablet, works fine on my phone. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder why that is. Must be something YouTube have changed. How bizarre. Anyway, the Seegers, yeah, so 560, 640, 680, and 620. Those first 4, I don't think there's much in them really. They're all kind of pretty much the same condition, etc. Lot 7, that one I think had a Mills mechanism in it. That was 600, perhaps a little bit less because of the Mills Mac. And then lot 8 had a few bits and bobs missing. Was it missing a clock, I think, from memory? Can't remember. And then the knob from the top of the handle. 480. The Twins was the star lot of the day, the machine that a lot of us had tried to buy for many, many years from Thomas's. Nobody could ever buy it. Lot number 9, 3,600. And I'm pleased to say that it's going back up to Norfolk tomorrow after his little holiday down in Cambridgeshire. Pete Williamson bought it, and it's going to go in Merivale Arcade, I think. So in a few weeks' time, hopefully, we'll all tell Peter to pull his finger out, get a fresh coat of varnish on it, and wash the little baby's little clothes there, and they will all be able to go and play it, hopefully in a few weeks' time. So there we are. That's good. It's going back to Norfolk, and Thomas is very pleased as well that it's going back home, as it were. So there we are. So that's good. Onto the Segas, the Payback style rare machine, that one. So 500. Hopefully someone can find the proper top flash for it and see how exactly it works. I think it's something like if you get 10 on the flyer it shows counting for 1 to 10, so I think maybe if you get 10 plays without a win, then it pays you something, pay back something or other. I think is the idea of it. I'm not sure. Anyway, the two Mad Money / Matadors, 420 and 400, so same price basically. The Brooklands Greyhound Stadium / Brooklands Racer conversion thingy. 1200, rare machine, that, nice thing. Yeah, all working. Onto the clocks, 380, 460 and 420. I noticed the other day that this middle clock, the number 15, which was the one that had X in its serial number. I don't know why. If anybody knows why, I've seen over the years 2 or 3 Bryant's machines with an X after the serial number. It was all matching mech, cabinet and door, but stood next to the other two, it's slightly different. It's got a solid oak plank base instead of being plywood as they usually are, and also the oak on the top of the cabinet is thicker, and the key, the turny key, doesn't have the 2 holes in it. So whether that's something to do with the X, I don't know. X for what? X for export, X for experimental, X for... It's not a very good one because we had to use different bits of odd wood we had knocking around the workshop. Oh, the back door was different as well, wasn't it? So it's quite interesting because it's different, and whether that's anything to do with the X, I don't know. Anyway, it made the most, so somebody knows. And then there were Sega, sort of the Sega clones, JCWs, light up bandits. Now most of these were missing, most of them were missing clocks, bonnets and back doors in various combinations, other than lot 18, I think, which was pretty much all there. So 240 for the first one, 660 for lot 18, I think that was all there, that one. Lot 19 made 240, 170 for lot 20, the red one, 21 made 200. Then the Hidden Treasure 2004, nice machine, that one, all matching serial numbers, back door, the instruction sheet in it, the original shaped cash box, which is quite unusual because it's sort of shaped to fit around the bottom of the mechanism. Original paint untouched, really. So yeah, very good original machine, that one, 2004. Elaine / Roger says, evening, just had to fire the laptop up to get in the chat. Won't have it on the phone again, no idea. That's very strange, isn't it? It's very strange. So it seems to be some kind of YouTube glitch, because it's obviously not your accounts, because you'll be able to chat on some devices. Peter's will work on his phone and not on his tablet, and yours will not work on your phone, but will work on your laptop. How weird. Don't know what that's all about. Strange. Anyway, the Sega Victories, or the Windsor series with the Victory fronts. 360, 480, 400 and 280. The last one I think was missing the payout tube. I think that was always missing from it, so yeah, actually quite a bit cheaper than the others, isn't it? Just for the sake of a payout tube. The Cascade, pretty nice one, that one, £500. Again, I don't think it had a lot of use. All the strips on it. The Arcadians then, 380 and 460. And then on to the Bally's. These were the cheapest of the day, perhaps unsurprisingly. 160 for the first one, the Lucky Twins. These seem Recaf Equipment, seems to be the name on those. Obviously converted them. Don't know anything about Recaf Equipment. If anybody does, let me know. The next one was 100. Then these new pence Bally's, as they're called. And again, I don't know who did these. Obviously English conversions. Presumably the SA on the little logo on the front of them is SA, something automatic, something amusements, presumably. Don't know if anybody knows. Anyway, 300, 260 and 280. And then the two Golden Girls, which needed a bit of TLC, missing the top glasses and the chromes around there. 32 and 50. But mechanically, you know, the Mets seem to be all there on them. And then they're really kind of baskety case ones. Again, mechanically, they seem to be there. Got the mechanisms and the payouts in them. Just need glasses and trim on the front. 26, 28, and 10. One arm bandit for a tenner. Bargain, eh? Then lot 40 was the high top cabinet, 320. Nice for micro on that one. And regional paint, that'd probably come up quite nice, I think. 320. Had an escalator with it as well. The money monitor cabinet, 180. Then onto the bandit mechanisms. These are an old penny. Mills on old penny, 200. 280. And 100 for the one that's had a few bits and bobs missing. The Bally mechanism, £3. Was that the cheapest lot of the day? I think it might have been. The fairground stall shutters, 1400. Onto the fairground stuff now. They're rather lovely. The Duffields little signs, 120, 120. We sold some few auctions back. I think they made 120 each. That seemed to be the price for them. 120, 120, 114, 160. These little hand-painted bingo boards, 22, 16, 16 and 16. All this stuff was just stuffed in a tea chest. So it comes as quite a surprise to the Thomas family, I can tell you, when I told them how much I got for this random stuff that was just shoved in a tea chest in the corner. So I think it totted up to nearly £1,000, which is not bad for a tea chest full of junk, is it? Little sign there, £6. The roll down shoots, 32. The roll down boards, 100. The big set of rings and blocks, there are only 4 pictures there, but it's a set of 75 blocks. There's a whole hoopla's worth, and all the rings and all the little hooks for jewellery, etc. 200. And that little old bit of swag that was just in the bottom of the tea chest, so just kind of chucked in for a comedy lot, really. £7. There we are. That was the sale today. So what do we think to that lot? Not bad, eh? If only we could find a nice batch like that hidden away every week. Gary says, better late than never, evening all. I don't know why I randomly got a love heart on my thing here, on my chat. Why is that? This never really turns up. Looks like something I can click on. I'm going to click on this love heart, see what happens. What's happened? Anything? I don't know. Don't know what that's all about. How do I click on it? I don't know. I think YouTube have been fiddling with things. Maybe that's why some of the chat things don't work. Who knows? Anyway. Right, so that's that lot. So let's have a quick flick through at some new lots. So this is stuff in for the end of July auction, July the 30th. Some of these you've seen, there's a few new bits on the end. So just a reminder, the stuff from today's auction can be collected tomorrow, Wednesday or Saturday, 12 till 2. There's a note on the bottom of all your invoices if you bought anything, and the email that goes with it. Or failing that, Sunday I'm intending to be at the Elephant House 12 till 2. If you've got anything to drop off for the auctions, or if you want to pick any of this stuff up, we can arrange to be there. But stuff does need clearing this week because I lose the container at the end of the week. So if it's not collected, it will go in the skip or something. I'll chuck it in the ditch or at the back of the container yard, whatever. So sort it out. Paul says, got a love heart on mine as well. Sweet. Yeah, what's all that about? I've no idea where that's come from. I can't seem to get rid of it. What's this thing here? Add reactions. What does that do? God knows. I don't know. Did somebody click on the heart? Did somebody send me a heart to start with? I'm not sure. I've got something here that says engage with the audience. What happens if I do that? Start a poll, start a Q&A. I don't think we'll do that. I think they've been fiddling with things. Anyway, so this is stuff that's coming up. There's some new extra bits I've added on the end that weren't here the other night, which I'll show you, and they kind of tie into the little film as well, which is interesting. Heart brings some emojis on mine, but obscures some text. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Must be able to get rid of it somehow. I can't see how you get rid of it. But if it's on everybody's, it must be some new thing. Can we get rid of it in the settings? Toggle moderations, pop out chat, toggle timestamps. No, I don't think I can get rid of it. Strange. Oh well. What about if I make the screen bigger? No, it doesn't do anything. I think we're going to have to put up with a love heart. I've no idea why it's there. Very odd. Anyway, where do we get to on these pictures? So this was stuff in the other day. Bullion and the Challenger were our ex-Carters. The Mills is good. There's a close-up of this. There's a Fremont Hotel one, I think it's from. Yeah. So quite a nice high top. These stands, there's 3 of these. Nice. These are Mike Gorski ones, probably 30 years old or so. Good, nice quality repros. There's 3 of these as well. These were custom made for Mills QT, so great for trade stims. There's a shelf inside, little cupboards, sort of solid mahogany. And a Watling owl, sadly without the mechanism. I'm sure we could do something with it. Right, yeah, these bits here. So this heap of stuff which is currently in the yard is ex Blackpool Pleasure Beach, various fiberglass moulds and things. Some car bits from the auto scooter, Lussie auto scooters. A sort of half cars, I think there's a couple of them. A lamppost mould, you can see stood up, and some other various moulds for sort of scenery, random bits of scenery from Blackpool Pleasure Beach. These big twist things. The moulds, I don't know what they're for, like big candy twists or something. There's a big wall panel mould as well there. Car seat for something or other. And the front of one of the Valhalla boats. They've just reopened Valhalla again, haven't they, after a big refurb on it. If you want a chunk of Blackpool Pleasure Beach history, the Dragon's rather smart, isn't he? We have some in the sale. This is the 30th of July sale. There we are, yeah, we're back to the start then, aren't we? Oops. Now what have I done? clicked the wrong thing. There we go. Yeah, so talking of fiberglass, I found a very interesting little film from 1966. Let me just bung my headphones on so I can hear the sound. Of some fiberglass makers up in Skegness, I think they are. Again, it's only usual sort of 2 or 3 minutes long, that's all, but some really nice stuff in it. And there's some, if you remember a couple of auctions ago, we had those big like pixie figures or whatever they were. There's some in this very similar. So I imagine they might have been made by the same people, and some other great stuff as well, which I'd love to buy. Lovely elephant. Anyway, let's have a look. I can finish my tea off while we're watching this. That's a good idea, isn't it? Right, hang on a minute. Let me find the right thing. Here we go.
You've got to take your hat off to the scientists, because this is really their doing. This funfair atmosphere is more than a nursery rhyme trip back to fairyland. It's a sign of these scientific times. See how it's done. Magic, if you like. Fiberglass magic. There's nothing they can't have a dab at with this stuff. At this factory in Skegness, the backroom boys show just how versatile this surprising substance is, because it really is glass. Melted and shredded so fine, they can mold it like cloth. And when they paint it with polyester resin, it sets hard as an elephant's hide. But here, the function's fantasy and fun. All very strange when you consider this weird, wonderful, yet super functional fabric started off as a gimmick. In the 1890s, they used it to make evening gowns. Not so functional because you couldn't sit down, but fabulous all the same. Now, with their pot full of polyester, they build boats and cars and planes. And a designer with a Disneyland flair can make a whole fiberglass menagerie. They've certainly got their eye on a good idea, and here's where they've transported their bespoke bestiary. To a Skegness holiday camp, where you take a vintage car railway ride around a truly loony zoo. They restock this zoological extravaganza every year. New designs, but always in the seemingly solid fiberglass. The animal sculptor's perennial best friend. So the safaris confined to the studio. And what strange beast is this? The answer's down under. It might as well be fairyland for a little girl who knows that a fiberglass frog can be Prince Charming if you give him a kiss. But you give...
Oh, there we are. As usual, they end rather abruptly. The thing with these little Pathé clips is I think they were all part of longer, like, newsreel things. So they tend to be chopped as they merge into another one. It's not my edit, I hasten to add, but there we are. I thought it was quite good fun. Some great stuff there, isn't it? I'd love to buy all that stuff. But there we are. So, I've also been recently, if you've not checked out, on the little museum icon on the website, been adding some more stuff, some more photographs, some Denison models and bits and bobs. There's not new pages gone in. Some of them still need pictures adding on, but always working on it, always adding more and more stuff as I come across pictures or people send them to me, whatever. Various updates on things as well. So there we are. Keep a check on that. The wanted, somebody was earlier on was saying about wanted on the coin machine front. It says fantastic stuff in Butlins, yes. Peter worked on the Le Mans car for 12 months. Oh yeah, maybe tell me about that. Yes, on the wanted front. what have we got in? New conveyor. Somebody's wanting a conveyor, steerable, cranes, various Brencos. Earth satellite, I believe we've got one coming tomorrow. There's several things. People are collecting their stuff tomorrow and Wednesday. I know there's some more machines coming, so keep an eye out on Tuesday night live stream. I'll have some quick snaps of them as usual. I think there's a film up of some kind. I think there's an extra win coming. So hopefully we can get some of these wants filled up for people. What else have we got? Big wheel. We just sold a big wheel, so anything else on there that I know that's coming in? Sweetie All-Wins. We haven't had any Sweetie All-Wins for ages. We've got people wanting them, so if you've got any Sweetie All-Wins you want to sell, get them on over. I think there's a Forks coming. Brian's Forks. Bandits wise, Challenger. There's a Challenger here, so that's good. Anything else I know that's coming in? Yeah, so there's quite a few on there that are on their way into us. So it's always worth, if you are wanting something, stick a one top. If you don't know how to do it, if you're wanting something, let's say you want to buy a Brian's Pyramid. Somebody asked me about that the other day. They said they wanted a pyramid. I was delivering something. So if you don't know how to do it, once you're signed in, you need to be signed into your account on the Colcon website. Find the pyramid. So the easiest way is to find the manufacturer, Brian's. Go down, find the pyramid page. Where are we? P for pyramid. Pyramid. There we go. And under the main picture, the button there is place a wanted ad. And whatever you're prepared to, it's not a binding price, just give you an idea what you might be prepared to pay for one. There's no point putting in £10,000 if you don't want to pay £10,000, because if somebody enters one into the auction, they're going to be expecting to get £10,000 for it, isn't it? So be realistic, but you know, click the button and you'll see the button turns green, and you'll see then back on the main wanted page on the coin up section. This works for other sections as well. You then go to wanted list, your want turns up there. Now it says 1600 because someone else has got one, so if we click on that, someone else wants a rally, you'll see this now. It says we have 2 collectors waiting to buy, offering up to 1600. Remember, we just put one for 1500 as our little button says, but we can change this. Just click on it, and if you think, well, actually I prefer to pay 1800, click that. See if we refresh this page, that now says up to 1800. Also on your little top menu, on the little binoculars, looks like a W or binoculars symbol. If you see that, that goes to your any of your wanted ads. Obviously this is just my sample account. And again, you can edit the value from here, back to 1400. Or if you decide you don't want one anymore, maybe you buy one, or you've gone off the idea, or you want to buy something else, to get rid of it, just stick a 0 in there, click the button, and it disappears altogether. It just stays on here initially, but it's grayed out just in case you make a mistake, click the wrong one. But you'll see if you refresh the page, that's now gone off your list. And that works in various sections. If you want books or different advertising signs or whatever. There you go, that's how it works if you don't know. Right, I think that's it. So, as I say, next, oops, wrong button. Working on the spares now. That's the next auction, which is the, oh, need to change that because that's wrong. Just noticed. Okay. I'll leave that page on there to remind me that that's wrong. It's the 2nd of July, obviously, the spares auction. There's a couple hundred lots, I think. There's a lot more stuff coming in over the past few days. There's quite a few bandit mechs, bandit bits, some bally bits. There's There's some shoot a gun. What's on there? Some feet, some more, another 3 or 4 sets of cast iron feet, I think. So if you're looking for feet for big arcade machines, there's several sets in. Don't miss those. And I think there's another Bandit case or 2. Coins and tokens. Some Allwyn stuff. Some useful, nice little flashes that go on the Boland Bandits. Things that sound like the film stars and your favourite, and those little flashes, which are often missing off machines, so it's nice to have some of those. What else have we got? There's a few spares and bits and bobs that didn't go last time. They'll obviously just go back in again. Some more locks. You'll always want locks. So yeah, bit of everything really. And then also working on cataloguing all the books for the book sale, which is the middle of July. The 16th, I think it is. So there we go, busy week or two. And so I'll catch up again on Tuesday night. I say there'll be some more snaps of some, I think there's a few machines coming in tomorrow, and I think there's more coming in Wednesday. So I'll get snaps of those as quickly as I can. But the actual next amusement sale won't start catalogue on that for a couple of weeks. We've got these other 2 sales to do first, so don't panic that it's not getting done. It will, but all in due course. But we'll keep up the little snaps in the live streams just so you can see what's coming in. So there we are. That's it, I think, from me. Peter says, thanks to a great sale today. Yes, well, thank you. And yes, we look forward to seeing the twins all fully refurbed and on site in Yarmouth. Get a nice picture of it then, all done. And roll on the next one, I think. Right, I need some dinner. I'm off nighty night, and I'll catch you all on Tuesday.